Hispanic. I want to watch this What Are We Doing to White People shit.
What we're doing to white people.
This has 3.4 million views. It's from 1 month ago. I don't know what's going on here, but like I'm already worried.
For a while now, that we're being told not to notice. More to the point, that we're asking white people not only to ignore, but to accept the rising tide of racial hatred against white people.
Shut the fuck up. Is this a joke? Is this a joke? Please tell me this is a joke. Charlie Cheon. I talk about the rising tide of racial hatred against white people that some people are refusing to acknowledge is happening. Yeah. Extremely my shit. Extremely my shit. Tell me how I, the white man, am oppressed. Ooh. Ooh, I love this shit, dude. Ooh. Ooh-wee. Oh, I love this. This is, oh, dude, this is so Reddit. I'm going to get banned while watching this. Okay.
In the past decade, there has been a noticeable cultural shift in what constitutes acceptable speech as it relates to white people. Back when
Wait, in the past few decades, he's like, bro, it was not acceptable to shit on white people during the civil rights era. You know what I mean? It was not. Which is really, you know, we got to get back to that. That's what we got to get back to. You know what I mean? How many decades? What's he talking about? How old is this guy?
when I was a kid in the early 2000s, the mainstream American culture...
Oh, in the past decade. He was talking about 1 decade. Okay, my bad. 20-year-old, notably the generation that knows this stuff. Yeah. No, he knows. It's literally 2016 again. We are living the cycles of history within decades. I love that.
They're preached about respecting each other's differences and not seeing color. Nowadays, we say that not seeing color is racism, that you must see color. But the more I see how things are unfolding, the more...
Yes, being colorblind has always, in a society that is fundamentally white supremacist, the notion that you are colorblind is racist. Okay? You're just acting like you're like, oh, I see no color. Like, there's a laughable concept. We already know that. There's no fucking shot. Come on now. Come on. Neutrality in the face of injustice is siding with the oppressor. Say it with me, okay? Inaction in the face of inequality is siding with the oppressor. The notion that you are colorblind in a society that is racist and still has systemic racism is just basically saying there is racism, but I don't see it because I see no color. That's it. Whew. Okay.
More I'm convinced that this is wrong. Back then, saying something offhanded.
Back when, motherfucker, when you were a fetus? What does he mean back then? The fuck do you know? How old is this guy? Please. Someone tell me how old this guy is. I need to figure this out. Okay. Yeah, back then, when I was 10 years old, okay, it was a big no-no to say meanie bobini things about white people.
People were seen as not appropriate, just as it would be to say something offhanded about people of any other race. But that soon gave way to our current times, in which there exists virtually no limit to what racial minorities can and do say about white people. I believe this is the natural outgrowth of a perverse ideology that teaches us that every societal ill is the fault of white people, and that whatever prejudice acts we may inflict upon them does not constitute discrimination because we don't have the power to discriminate. And alarmingly, this is particularly pronounced in the younger generation.
Alarmingly. It's so alarming. A generation that definitely, this dude is oof. Okay. He's trying to get that Clandis grift. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's giving. We need to abolish affirmative action energy. What is it, like the Asians Against Affirmative Action lobbying group, which is like run by white dudes, but then they go and find a couple like right wing Asian guys to be like, look, see. It's the Asians that want to abolish affirmative action. Fucking owned, liberals. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, it's goofy as fuck. He's made those videos, bro. Oh, of course he's made those videos.
Let's talk about affirmative action.
That one didn't hit as hard though. Except that it didn't hit as hard as this one.
But is it true? Do we not have the power to discriminate? Well, let's see. First, let's take a
I love this. He's gonna give us a logic game. Okay.
look at the racial hatred at the interpersonal level. In today's society, it has become somewhat fashionable to think things and say things about and to white people that would not be acceptable if it was said about any other race.
Fucking owned. True. Whiteness is about having power. It's the in-group that has power. When Irish people were discriminated against, they were discriminated against because they were not considered to be white. When Italians were discriminated against, they were discriminated against because they were not considered white. Both of these groups have now firmly become a part of white people. So much so that Hispanics, who also have, white lineage, white ancestry, Latinos, white Hispanics, are now also considered white in the United States of America because whiteness is an ever-expanding concept, okay? The only group of people that will never be white are obviously black people. That's it. It's about proximity to power, and in a white supremacist system, it is about how far away you are from being a black person, from blackness, okay? That's how it works. Same with Jewish people, same with Polish people. Fucking go far enough, go back enough in time, and you will find that Benjamin Franklin, old Benny Boy himself, considered German people and even the Swedes, and certainly Italians and Greeks and all them, to be, he considered them to be swarthy. Okay? In the eyes of Benjamin Franklin, America was a nation built by Anglo-Saxons and some French people that he wanted to fuck. That's true. He considered French to at least be considered white or white adjacent enough because he wanted to have sexual intercourse with them. Remind yourself of this reality. Anyway, so yeah, he said these motherfuckers were swarthy. He said the Swedes and the Germans and the Italians were all swarthy and not white. This concept is completely socially defined, and that social definition comes from power and who has power. So, of course, making jokes, and I say this as a white person, okay? Making jokes about whiteness and white people do not hit the same as any other subgroup or subcategory because those other groups, especially in a white nation, okay, you're making this shit up. Oh, okay, you're making this shit up. That's crazy. Am I? Let's take a look. Man, I love, this is the part of the broadcast where I have to fucking, written by friend of the show, Matty Iglesias. Why should this is what Benjamin Franklin's thoughts are on the horrors of the U.S. being overrun by German immigrants. Why should the Palatine bulls be suffered to swarm into our settlements and by herding together establish their language and manners to the exclusion of ours? Why should Pennsylvania, founded by the English, become a colony of aliens who will shortly be so numerous as to Germanize us instead of our anglifying them, and will never adopt our language or customs any more than they can acquire our complexion? Bro, he's talking about Germans. Talking about Germans, dude. Complexion. Which leads me to add one remark, that the number of purely white people in the world is proportionably very small. All Africa is black or tawny. Asia, chiefly tawny. America, exclusive of the newcomers, wholly so. And in Europe, the Spaniards, Italians, French, Russians, and Swedes are generally of what we call swarthy complexion, as are the Germans also. The Saxons only expected, who with the English make the principal body of white people on the face of the earth. I could wish their numbers were increased. And while we are, I may call it, scouring our planet by clearing America of woods, cutting the tall trees, and so is making this side of our globe reflect a brighter light to the eyes of inhabitants in Mars or Venus, why should we, in the sight of superior beings, darken its people? He's saying, like, aliens from Mars are looking down at us and they're like, yo, you guys are white as fuck. I love that shit. Why should we darken that? It'll be embarrassing to, like, not the aliens that are German, but like the aliens up in space. Why increase the sons of Africa by planting them in America, where we have so fair an opportunity by excluding all blacks and tawnies, of increasing the lovely white and red. But perhaps I am partial to the complexion of my country, for such kind partiality is natural to mankind. Yeah, he was smoking on that fucking, I don't know. He was smoking on that lechuga when he wrote this shit. He was on crack, okay? He also, my favorite part is like, this is just tribalism and it's natural to mankind. So understand that, like, the concept of whiteness, okay, by the way, from a bunch of slavers, surprising that, like, a bunch of homies who wanted to, do slavery and stuff and had slaves were kind of racist. That's crazy. To Germans, dog. To Germans. Now, understand something. Someone in the chat said, but he made graduation. Understand something, okay? White and red, I think he means, like, Native Americans. At least he's not, like, full-blown, like, let's fucking kill every indigenous person at this point, at this venture when he's describing America. He's like, yeah, they were here. So that is not the current definition. Isn't that an old definition? No one except history PhDs thinks that's the current definition of whiteness. No one thinks that's the current definition of whiteness. That is literally the entire point of this concept. My point is, whiteness is social. It's just socially developed. That's the point. It changed throughout time. There was a time not that long ago when, like I said, Polish people were not considered white, Greek people were not considered white, Italian people were not considered white, Hispanics were certainly not considered white, but all of these groups, Jewish people were not considered white, all these groups of people were not considered white in the eyes of those who were white, okay? And now that concept is expanded. It can also shrink, right? It can also shrink in times of fascism, right? You understand? Which is precisely why when people make jokes about white people, they're making jokes about, it's the same as like making jokes about billionaires. That doesn't mean that every white person has power, okay? It does not mean that at all. But you need to understand, okay? You need to understand that when people make jokes about white people, it's the same as people making jokes about straight people. That's why it doesn't hit the same. You are making a joke about a group of individuals that have the power. Okay? That's it. There's nothing else on the article. Seems like a good time to mention Noel Ignatev's How the Irish Became White. Obviously, it's about Irish people rather than Germans, but the pattern throughout American history is striking. You get it? You understand? This guy is just trying to farm right-wing supporters. Do not be duped by this. Okay? Reverse racism represents the denial of the historical and contemporary reality of racial discrimination and denies the existence of white privilege. Where does it manifest from? It's trauma and history. Exactly. Poor whites do exist. Yes, they do. But they are not discriminated against on the virtue of being white. They are discriminated against on the virtue of being poor, which is why I, as a leftist, constantly talk about class politics. Okay? Nobody shits on you for being white. You are not like being denied a job. You are not being prosecuted by the police more often than other groups because you're white. You're being prosecuted by the police or persecuted by the police because you're poor, because you live in the bad neighborhood. Okay? That's the difference. This is not something you even have to think about. And in most instances, something that you will never be able to comprehend unless you have a diverse group of friends who you respect and value, who will tell you what it's like. Not to do too much like standpoint theory, bodies and spaces type shit, but it ultimately is true. It's hard to develop empathy, okay? It's hard to develop empathy if you are relatively privileged in this regard. Okay? That's why there is such a thing as black culture that you can associate with, and it's more tangible. Whereas there's no such thing as white culture other than like people making jokes. Now, let me explain to you what I mean by that. Black culture is born out of the intergenerational struggle of chattel slavery, because black people in this country had to make up their own culture. Okay? Because they were ripped away from their homes, robbed of their identity, robbed of their language, robbed of their lineage, robbed of their culture, and were forced into slavery. I'm talking rape, death, execution, servitude. And through that process, they were forced, because they can't be cultureless, okay? They were forced to develop an identity, a united identity. That's why there is such a thing as black culture, but there's no such thing as white culture other than like putting raisins in a potato salad or whatever the fuck people joke about. That's why most white people can trace back their ancestry, which is not a luxury afforded to African descended slaves in this country. They can't. Okay? That difference is, no matter which way you cut it, a very significant difference. Okay? That's why the jokes don't hit the same. That's why one can be considered jokes. So when you turn around and say, oh man, anti-white discrimination is at an all-time high, you're just being fucking annoying. Because there's another part of this process. Everyone likes to make jokes. Everyone wants humor in their lives. And we got to make fun of somebody. So why the fuck are you crying about making fun of a group of individuals, which, by the way, most of the time it's white people making fun of white people, okay? That is the other part of this process, too. Like, why are you crying about, like, the one group of people that is appropriate to make fun of, acceptable to make fun of? It's about punching up.
And we're being taught that this double standard is not wrong, that it is rather a form of empowerment. They'll attribute negative experiences that they've had with white people to their whiteness. You had an argument in line at the grocery store with a white person?
White people do have culture. When you say something like that, white people don't have culture, you assert the white supremacist idea that white is the default. White is the default, because the default is whoever is in power. And this country was fundamentally built by white supremacists with white supremacist ideas. The society was designed around uplifting, upholding a structure of white supremacy, which is precisely the reason why white people don't have a culture. There is no collective white culture other than fucking jokes and like pointing to not being able to dance, lol, or raisins and potato salad, Old Navy sales, kissing your dog on the lips. Okay? Do you understand? It's a ridiculous thing to say. White people don't have culture. Italians have culture. Greeks have culture. English people have... Okay, maybe not English people. German people have some kind of culture. Everybody has culture, but it's not on the basis of whiteness. It's on the basis of being not English and everyone else instead. Yeah, there's Irish culture, Greek culture, but it's not white culture. Let's continue.
They were acting entitled because they were white. A white driver cut you off when you were driving. They need to check their white privilege.
That's not how this goes. Now we're moving on the straw man. Okay, let's go. Oh, I got blindsided by a white guy. That's white privilege. Shut the fuck up, bro. Shut up. Shut up.
Your actions, your conduct, and your existence, in other words, boil down to your whiteness. And ashamedly, at one point in time, this was how I used to think as well. And beyond the people in my circle.
He's a reformed, he's a reformed, let me guess, left-wing extremist, like someone was saying in the chat. He's a reformed left-wing extremist who probably personally completely misunderstood what progressivism was about and realized, that this is a better grift to jump onto.
Well, I noticed that many people of color have this sort of blasé attitude, an attitude most particularly pronounced when there are no other white people around. Things are being said not just behind closed doors, but out in the open, not just between close friends, but between complete strangers. So here's the thing. This is something that I've experienced countless times, so I know that...
Okay, first of all, motherfucker, sorry to say this. I'm white, okay, at least white enough, right? You're Asian. I'm going to keep it $1.50 with you. You have no fucking clue how racist white people get when they don't think there's anyone that's non-white around, okay? So shut the fuck up. Straight up. I'll say it exactly like it is. You have no fucking idea, okay? You were just, oh my God. He said, oh, non-white people get real racist when white people aren't around. No, okay? As someone who's been around non-white spaces, predominantly non-white spaces, someone who's been in very white spaces, I can tell you with a certainty, one group of people don't say a lot of shit in public that they definitely feel comfortable saying behind closed doors or under the guise of anonymity, like in an Xbox lobby or something, like a COD lobby. Okay? Let me say that. That's number one. Number two, non-white people say shit all the time around white people, and it's especially the same shit that they say that when they're not around white people. Okay? Straight up. Because non-white people do not consider anti-white sentiment to be completely unacceptable, inappropriate, an abhorrent, form of bigotry for the reasons that I just explained. Okay? That's it. That's the reality of the matter.
There are other people who are experiencing it too. I know it must resonate with at least some of you. The difficulty here is that no matter how many anecdotes I share, they are just that, anecdotes. And people who refuse to believe that this is happening will just chalk it up to my experiences being a fluke. Or worse yet, they'll say I'm lying. So I've compiled some TikTok videos.
Oh, dude, I love this. My man was like, guys, this is going to be a fucking evidence-free video, okay? I ain't got no evidence for what I'm talking about. Plenty of people have written about this matter. Plenty of people, like an insane amount of people from sociologists, anthropologists, like literally every facet of the fucking social scientist has had something to say about this very specific content, this very specific thing that he's talking about. But of course, those are books, and books are fucking gay, which is why instead I am going to show you anecdotes from fucking TikTok of some unhinged fucking Zoomers saying some idiotic bullshit and then make it seem like that's what everyone is doing. And this is what everyone's fucking perspective is. Oh, shut the fuck up, bitch. Oh my God, this is triggering the fuck out of me. We are 2 minutes and 35 seconds into this video. I'm losing my fucking mind. Whoo! Okay. Odds he has a clip of you in the video. I'm going to say 60-40 odds. No, probably not. Now, there is one element that I have to contend with here. Okay? Having said all that I said about white people, whiteness as a concept, about proximity to power, being in the in-group, all of that stuff, are there still marginalized people, non-white people that say dumb shit sometimes? Of course there are. Okay? Do some people sometimes take it too far? Of course. We're all human. And being a fucking dumbass is a fundamental part of being a human. Does this mean that like everyone that's non-white is like this? Of course not. But of course, every single time, motherfuckers who want to make reactionary content are going to use those extreme examples to say, this is the norm. This is the norm. Because the goal here is to just cut propaganda.
I want you to take a look at the things that are being said about white people, especially by the younger generation, the kind of statements people wouldn't dare say about people of any other race. Take a look at what is stunningly in vogue in today's society and ask yourselves, where does this lead to years down the line?
You have a token white and you're hanging out with your friend group of color. You need to ask permission from everybody in the group to bring your white friend. Like, don't just...
Ugh. Okay. Fucking Zoomers, man. What the fuck? Okay, listen, dude. They're on TikTok. These are people on TikTok. Please. Every single TikTok that motherfuckers point to with respect to like politics and political concepts and political ideas can be solved with one color. Green, the color of grass. Touching it, but also the color green, like the $5 green that you will spend at the top of the hour to avoid the 3-minute ad break. That's right, because at the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break. And if you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account. You get 1 free Prime subscription a month. Or you can get gifted a sub. Maddie Coates, thank you for the 20 gifted subs, allowing 20 people to no longer see the ads at the top of the hour. Here's a 3-minute ad break now. I fucking hate using TikToks as a substitute for how real human beings are when everyone on TikTok is mentally ill. Okay? Everyone on Twitter is mentally ill. Why do I know this? Because I'm mentally ill and I'm on both of these fucking platforms. Shut the fuck up. In the real world, where people are actually, developing interpersonal relationships, communicating with one another, if someone behaves this way, you go, dog, that's crazy. You're a crazy person. Stop being crazy. And you move on. Okay? 400K views, though, I think people severely misunderstand how many psychotic people exist on the fucking planet. Okay? This person got Omega Rose for this take, by the way. Of course they did. Of course. Not even half. The majority, the overwhelming majority of fucking views that are on this video are probably to dunk on them. Okay? That's it. Bro, if you're as mentally as these people, why would we listen to you? Because I'm the fucking whisperer, dude. Okay? I'm the normal whisperer for you. I'm teaching you how to be fucking normal.
Just bring them. I might not be in the mood to deal with white shenanigans that day. That's all I'm saying. And another thing, it feeds into their ego. Like, don't let them think they're a good white person.
Accomplices ask.
Oh my fucking God. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, this shit is like, this is rage bait. This is rage bait. This is rage bait. This is not even a psyop, okay? This is just fucking rage bait. Non-white people have the capacity to be fucking just as mentally ill as white people, just as mentally ill as everyone else. And one fundamental thing that I absolutely fucking despise that leftists do, which we've talked about a lot on this broadcast. If you've been watching me for a long time, you fucking know this. She's a Black Hammer member? Shut the fuck up. Are you serious? Bro! She's in a fucking cult! Stop! It's like pointing to a fucking... Oh my God. That video is literally like pointing to some fucking Utah LDS psycho with like 11 wives. All of them are his daughters. And going, this is how every white person is. This is how every conservative white person is like. We got to stop this shit. Okay? No. Well, you don't do that because white is the default. So you have an understanding that like whiteness is not a monolithic concept. Black Hammer is a fucking psychotic group of people that like murdered, raped people. The fucking leader is in jail right now. We're not going to get into that. I used to watch and make fun of them a lot, but they're out of their fucking minds. Oh. Anyway, before the Black Hammer shit, what was I going to say? God damn it. Okay. Before the Black Hammer shit, what the fuck was I going to say? The point I was going to make is that, yeah, this is just, didn't you watch the video about the next guy?
Don't let them think they're a good white person.
And
oh, here.
how can they support Black and Indigenous people of color? And sometimes I really don't know what to say, but here's one easy way. Just don't have babies.
Can single
the thing that leftists do that annoy me. Okay, I was saying that I hate leftists. Oh, I mean, I don't hate leftists, obviously. I myself am one. Well, I guess there's nothing more leftist than hating other leftists. Okay, listen to me. Listen to me. One thing that people do all the fucking time. Hey, Chris Next Door, what's good? Thank you for the 5 gifted subs, Chris. I made fun of Rage's knee, by the way, and I might be cooked. I might be decommissioned for the next year, probably. Yeah, that's right. Anyway, that's irrelevant. That's not the point that we were making. Okay. The thing that I hate about the thing that leftists do that I fucking hate is that oftentimes, as long as you adorn the aesthetics of the left, if you're using progressive words, you can make any kind of narcissistic, selfish ask come across like it's actually advocacy for progressive causes. Like, no, the fuck, it doesn't work that way, okay? It's just virtue signaling. There is truth to that sentiment. And what a lot of people do is exactly that, because they get either a lot of support from other, sometimes well-intentioned, sometimes equally narcissistic dumbasses, or they get a lot of fucking haters, which translates to them as people paying attention to them, okay? So the moment that people fucking recognize that, like, oh, this is something that, you know, gets me attention, I'm going to do it over and over again. It's just, it is what it is. You have to have unflinching confidence in the genuine moral compass you have. Okay? It's not just about, like, feeling good or being accepted by marginalized groups or communities, okay? And having them think you're cool. It's about genuine emancipation, okay? It's about a genuine interest in helping others. That's what being a progressive is about. That's what being a leftist is about. And it has to be unshakable, unflinching. What a lot of these other dudes are doing is just bullshit, okay? They're just being narcissistic. The Kellogg strike tweet comes to mind immediately. The person, the disability activist, coming out and being like, everyone is asking me to, like, not cross the picket line, but I have a food sensory disorder, and therefore the only thing I can have is Kellogg Frosted Flakes. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up. You think there aren't disabled people that are fucking working at the Kellogg's factory that's currently picketing? Shut the fuck up. You're just selfish. You just wanted people to pay attention to you. Okay? Shut up. Anyway, just don't post it. You're not doing that because you have a genuine interest in, like, helping other people. You just want other people to just hear your voice, your perspective, because you are an American and you think your voice matters, when in the grand scheme of things, it does not. It doesn't matter. You're irrelevant. The person in the clip is a literal troll that this guy took seriously. This one
caused the white genocide that they are so afraid of. With 2.25 billion Asian women and 500 million white men, baby, it'll only take 2 generations. In 2 generations, there will no longer be any blonde-haired...
Is there some things I noticed?
Wait, that's a great... Wait. So I don't know if this is satire or not, but, like, hold up. This is a great example. There's a PragerU logo in this, by the way. Kind of sus that this guy found a PragerU video to use in what he was talking about. But hold on. Let me explain something. What? That's a Nazi? No, that's not a Nazi. She's making a joke about how there are more Asian women than there are white women, right? And then she says, white genocide. We can make it happen if we wanted to by what? Fucking white people. That's what she's saying. That's not how genocide works, you fucking idiots. There is no such thing. There's no genocide. It's not like the Nazis were like, yo, let's do the Holocaust by having consensual sexual intercourse with Jewish people, okay? That's a fucking genocide. That's real genocide. White people, or whoever fucking considers themselves to be fucking white, literally are so privileged that they think it's genocide when you literally have sex with people of different fucking races, and motherfuckers still don't understand how this is a laughable concept. There you go. You already broke the fucking code, dumbass, by putting this video in there. This is very clearly a satirical video. When people say great replacement is happening and white genocide is happening, it's laughable. It's a silly notion. That's why I make fun of it all the fucking time, because it's not a real concept. It has never happened in the history of mankind, and it won't fucking happen. It will, or if it did happen somehow, and like this, Wakanda took over because Killmonger was actually right all along and like literally did the things that he was supposed to be doing instead of fucking, I don't know, dying or building a fucking, what was it, like a community support building in Inglewood. Instead of doing that, if there was like an actual fucking white genocide that happened, it certainly wouldn't be on the terms of like having consensual intercourse with white people in order to breed out white people out of existence. Okay? Australia did it with their native people. Yeah, except Australia didn't do it under normal consensual conditions. When white people have done it to indigenous populations, they have literally done it forcibly. That's the difference. Do you understand? Stealing native children, indigenous children from their families and re-educating them and then forcibly breeding them is not the same as what white genocide is. That was rape, okay? The coercion and the theft of children is what is unethical in that situation, and the non-consensual sex that is unethical in that situation. Do you understand the difference? Let's continue.
There will no longer be any blonde-haired.
These are some things I noticed about white American culture. Being grounded is a punishment to them. That's what they call punishment. The least grounded, least balanced, most destructive race considers being grounded a punishment? Yeah. They also say really violent phrases. They say things like, kill two birds with one stone. Why do we have to
Bro, this has 2,400 likes, dog. You've given this more fucking air than anything else. It's just cringe. Like, who cares? Who cares? Once again, just fucking cringe. It goes back to the same point that I made over and over again. This is not indicative of anything except for this person being individually cringe. Okay? She's just a lib. She's just a liberal. That's it. Oh my God, like, yeah, all this is cringe, but the host of this video is no less cringe. The host of this video is even more cringe. Are you kidding me? There's nothing more cringe than a fucking pick me ass, oh my God, white people are under attack ass dude, okay? There's nothing more cringe than that. It's laughable when a white person makes this argument. It's extra laughable when a non-white person makes this argument because there's an additional level of like self-hatred that is baked within it where you're like, please accept me. Please accept me. Thinking that you're doing something fucking honorable and just. It is so stupid. And this is what people will never fucking understand. It's not like I'm like, oh, I really want to say slurs against white people and I have to defend it. Like, I don't have to defend anything, okay? Suck my dick. What I want to do is help people understand something that many of you in this community understand and something that many normal people also kind of understand too. Okay, what up, Blau? Hey, I'm white people. That's me. See, typical white person behavior. Immediately, he's like, oh, I'm white. Look at me. Look at me. Got to stand out in the crowd. We see how it is, Blau.
kill the birds? Why is everything so violent? It's almost like one's language and phrases reflects one's nature.
So that new Jeffrey Dahmer movie on Netflix is the perfect example of the sensationalization of white violence. People have a much easier time sympathizing with white criminals than they do with black victims. People think these shows are harmless, but they actually contribute to a much bigger issue. It contributes to the viewpoint that white people are less violent than everyone else, and white violence is something to be consumed in media, and that's...
Wait, low-key, like, it's not even... This one's not even that bad. What the fuck? Wait, what? Why? Like, I mean, there is a sentiment that... I mean, I don't know. Maybe she shouldn't have cooked too hard, but, like, the first part of that was correct. Like, Jeffrey Dahmer got away with it for because of who his victims were. Okay, she's right. Imagine a Dahmer style show about Osama bin Laden. Yeah, I mean, he was 6'7". I'm just saying. That's like, if you ask the incels, that's all you need to be to be considered hot. You know what I mean? Also, I would definitely watch that show. Write that down. Exactly. That seems fucking kind of fire, but that's just me, I guess. But I would like to know, especially if they talk about like, who funded Osama bin Laden originally. And no, I'm not talking about the Saudi kingdom, even though they funded him too. But I'm also talking about the American government, baby. Anyway, what are we talking about? Let's get back to the video.
What is
with Caucasian people and like their inability to like read a fucking room. Like y'all act like you don't understand shit because y'all be the first ones during a conversation about the Holocaust to get so mad when black people be like, you do realize that the original Jewish people were black, right? White people do not need to explain to anybody about us all bleeding red because, baby, you all are the people that need to learn that lesson. Clearly, history shows that.
This is going to so many different places. Like, it just like, oh my God, TikTok is like fucking ruined entire generations' brains, dude. It's just. Oh my God, I don't even know how to unpack this one. Again, fucking ridiculous, okay? Again, starts off cooking, then turns around. Starts off cooking, then turns around and says, like, black people, the original Jews or whatever. I don't even fucking understand. I mean, I know where it's coming from, where that sentiment's coming from. Unfortunately, all too common. TikTok has rotted everyone's fucking brains. This was you 9 weeks ago? What? You think 9 weeks ago I was saying that, like, black people were the original Jews? Is that what? What? Are you okay? Also, what a specific number. Like, he didn't even hit, like, a couple months ago. He just said, like, straight 9 weeks ago. Like, he knows. He has the exact date of when I was advocating for this stuff. Anyway.
You all are the people that like to pillage and eradicate, enslave and oppress, attempt to suppress greatness because you all simply don't have it.
Right? Here go y'all cum goblins who don't even live in the fucking city.
Okay, immediately, when that fucking music plays in the background, I'm already out. I'm already checked out. I've never watched a TikTok with that music in the background where the person is making good points, okay? Also, she said cum goblins, pretty funny. All right, anyway. I can't be the only one. As a white person, when I hear this, I don't understand. Like, it doesn't even, how do you let this get to you? Like, how weak of a person are you that you're like, oh my God, she said cum goblins, like she's talking about me. Like, what the fuck? No, straight up, like, what the fuck's wrong with you? How fucking fragile are you? I mean, seriously. Like, this community is mostly white. I doubt that when they watch something like this, they go, oh my God, I am so upset. I'm so upset right now. It's crazy.
By the way, the Q-tip people are the last ones to ever talk about somebody stealing
Q-tip
anything.
people.
Y'all wouldn't be in this country had it not been for y'all stealing it.
Okay, that was not wrong. True.
So y'all are more focused on people looting and trying to get necessities and things that they need. And yes, a
True.
TV is a fucking necessity thing. You feel like you're better than...
I mean, TV, you can sell it, and then you can buy necessities.
Because
okay.
people are out here stealing, and you would never. First of all, if you are a Mayo monster, that is how your ancestors got everything, from stealing. People are...
And that's a behavior that's very common among white women. You may have not intended that, but there are many white women who act exactly like you.
If you can find it in your heart this holiday season to donate to the Discriminated White Fund, you'd be helping millions.
Nothing says high protein like cicadas and cheese. Make sure you...
And nothing says caucasity like that right there.
What caucasity looks like. Roaming Asian grocery stores like it's an amusement park.
Oh my God. Bro, these are people trying to make jokes. These are people trying to make jokes, okay? They're sometimes hitting, sometimes missing. If you think that this is like decent cultural analysis, you are no different than the fucking annoying liberals that constantly chirp at everything, okay? That's it. The entire white identitarian movement can be reduced to the same fundamental principle of being the most annoying motherfucker in any room, okay? It's no different, except there is one main difference. The one major difference is that in many instances, at least the rad libs, albeit are really fucking annoying, take it too far, who gives a shit, are usually correct with their historical interpretation of oppression, okay? At least they figured that part out. They're still fucking annoying when they're like, oh my God, I can't believe, like, Like, there was a moment yesterday when Jeff, I'm going to fucking, I'm going to leak, when Jeff was cutting my hair, I'm going to leak a part of this. The video's not out yet. But when he was cutting my hair, okay, he had a bit where he was going to do, he was going to act like he was a Chinese spy. And he learned Mandarin. He learned Mandarin phrases specifically to say. And he actually did a really good job. And it was shocking. And he's like, you think people will think that's racist? I'm like, motherfucker, you learned Mandarin. Like, that's insane. Speaking a different language is not racist. Like, you learned to say words in a different language. Why the fuck would that be racist? And some people will probably consider that to be xenophobic or racist in general. But it's like, who cares? Who cares? That's just speaking a different language. Like, that's this attitude that permeates in certain rad-lib circles where it's like, trying to speak a different language or trying to learn a new language. I don't know. Seems kind of fucked up, Sweaty. It's appropriation of language. It's like, yeah, shut up. You're a fucking idiot. No one cares. Shut the fuck up. Yeah. Guess Jake and Bake's the most racist man in the world by the sentiment? Exactly. Exactly. There are hypersensitive people in every community. This motherfucker is literally being hypersensitive for white people right now. That's the point. It's just like the internet has robbed people's brain cells, dude. What remaining shred of fucking brain cells the motherfuckers had, it's gone. It's so stupid.
Explain to me why white people don't wear shoes outdoor, but wear shoes inside.
Okay, that's actually a good point. Wait, what the fuck? Yeah. What? No, that was facts. What's up with that? No, literally. It's gross to not wear shoes outside. And it's kind of weird when people are always wearing shoes indoors. I agree. What the fuck? That was actually very good. That is a very, what? This guy's just making points now. He's just showing the actual facts in between a sea of fucking cringe.
You're both white women.
That's funny too. What do you mean? Why, dude? If you get triggered by this, you're ridiculous. Okay. Now I know the point that this guy is making originally. Holy fuck! How long is this? Okay, I'm gonna skip through some of this shit. I can't watch all this. It's like way too fucking long, right? What is this? All right. Well, we'll watch a couple more.
I hate being white. Which means I'm one of the good ones.
Wait, that's funny as fuck. He's literally making a joke. I hate being a straight white guy, and that's interesting. That's a good joke. That's on your side. That's literally, what the fuck? Did this guy just keyword search white or something? That's not serious, you fucking idiot. That's literally the joke. The joke is that, like, white people love talking about how they're not straight. They hate being straight white guys in an effort to do the most bottom of the barrel activism, what they think is bottom of the barrel activism, which literally would ostensibly be on the more critical side. Oh my God, this guy's so fucking, oh Jesus. Okay, I get what's going on. Never mind. He's just like, again, a humorless Zoomer who literally just is like, no jokes. No jokes allowed, please. I do not want jokes. Not on my watch. Please, sir, do not make jokes on my watch. Jokes are bourgeois decadence. Jokes are actually fucking unacceptable, not allowed. There you go. You think that guy's fucking serious, you idiot? He's literally making a joke about how white people love acting like they hate being white so they can fucking, so they feel like there's brownie points. What the fuck? God, I hate these motherfuckers. I hate these humorless motherfuckers. His point is that jokes aren't jokes because they hurt feelings. Literally the whole video. I know. This is the most insane part about this, is that the very same thing that, like, people used to criticize rad-libs about because they always considered, like, your commodity consumption or your cultural consumption to be a marker of whether you're a good person or a bad person. These guys are doing the same shit, but now for white people. At least when the rad-libs were doing it, they were doing it at the behest of, like, people of color, supposedly, right? Usually not for any genuine need or interest in emancipation, but because they just want to fucking get clout. They want to get likes, all this other shit, okay? But at least they were still kind of correct on their historical interpretation, okay? It's like, what do I always say? justifiable anger, but misdirected. All right? Now, this guy is just doing the exact opposite, but for white people, it's just so silly. It's so stupid. Holy fuck.
All white people are inherently racist.
Yes.
Can you be racist against white people?
Based off of the definition of racism, yes, but it's not gonna hurt them and hurt their opportunities like it does people of color.
Facts. Okay, got it. True. You want to know why you can't do this about other marginalized groups? Because there's historical and contemporary oppression associated with being from one of those groups. And now if you turn around and say, hey, man, what about a fucking white homeless guy? Yeah, I know. Exactly. That white homeless guy is not oppressed because he's white. That homeless guy is oppressed because he's homeless, okay? You can, as a white person, be oppressed, marginalized for other forms that are on the intersectionality checklist, okay? Most importantly, class, right? Your class position is how you can be oppressed as a working class person. But it's never because you're white.
While technically you can, it's not like an issue.
You can't oppress the oppressor.
It helps you sleep at night. I'm racist to white people and I'm proud of it.
Why do people not understand that you can't be racist to white people? It's impossible. The system is not set up that way. You can insult white people, but it is not racism. Me calling a white person a tub of mayonnaise and like a flower looking ass, that's not racist.
You went all the way to Africa to physically take black people from their homes.
Okay, I'm done. Oh, Zoomers are so fucking cringe. All right, let's get back to this cringe Zoomer who thinks he's making points.
That and chalk it up to the
Easy, and you're still saying no? Fuck you.
Some people look at that and chalk it up to the grumblings of the powerless. That's the idea that when you have a power disparity, the less powerful sort of has this general society given leeway to complain about the more powerful. The villagers complaining about their king doesn't have the same ring as the king making snide and crude comments about the villagers. But that's not what's going on here. Because although certain segments of our society...
No, that's it. That's reductive, but that is kind of what's going on. Yeah, no. It's literally reductive. That is the most like reductive way you can make that argument, but it is kind of like that, yes. It's people from otherwise marginalized backgrounds making fun of a group of individuals that have power, okay? On the virtue of the one element where they are supposed to have some form of privilege. That's it. And privilege in this regard doesn't mean you automatically are born with like more money or some shit, even though statistically speaking, you sometimes are, okay? It just means you have the privilege to not think about all the other additional forms of oppression and struggle that other marginalized communities have to go through on top of the same struggles that you go through. But that's why I always advocate that we are united in one struggle, and that is class struggle, okay? Holy fuck. I hate reactionary politics. It's so stupid. It's so divisive for no fucking reason. Stop spamming me want the punani in the fucking chat. I'm going to lose my goddamn mind. I'm going to make this video. I'm going to turn this into a YouTube video. Clearly, this is a very good video for me to fucking address point by point. I'm sorry that you're fucking annoying... Your annoying Zoomer brains are bored from listening to the same arguments over and over again. Shut the fuck up, buckle up, and enjoy the goddamn ride, okay?
Believe this, even as evidence mount before our very eyes, in one side of the political aisle, people of color actually have greater power than white people. That is the truth that is not being acknowledged by the people that need to hear it, because this gets in the way of them wielding that power in the way they want.
Bro, I swear to God, I mean, here, this is the thought experiment. If you were allowed to literally fucking enslave white people for 400 years, okay, then we could have this conversation. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't want that. I'm white, and I would not want that. I'm going to be honest with you. I like the way things currently are, okay? If you robbed white continents, predominantly white continents, whatever you want to call it, of all of its wealth and kept these continents specifically underdeveloped, if you robbed white people from their homes, destroyed their cultural background, destroyed their ethnic identities, destroyed their language, and forced them into slavery, a lifetime of slavery, treated them as less than human, then you could make a comparison to these, to this situation. But that's never happened, and it's not going to happen. Our Northern European white asses used to be murdered by Swedes, Russians, and captured by Arabs. Fuck you, oppressors. Arabs had child concubines from Nordic countries. Arab slave trade. Least racist Nordic motherfucker over here, dude. Holy shit, dude. Oh my god. Ay ay ay. Okay, dude. I'm so sorry. I apologize for the Arab slave trade, I guess. It's literally like shitting on the monarchy. You cannot hurt them with their words ever. Exactly.
Malignantly. I've heard from somewhere that politics is downstream of culture, and I think that is certainly correct. We have a mainstream culture that tells us it's okay to hold.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. No, this is completely irrelevant. It's complete powerlessness. When a, queer black Zoomer on TikTok chirps at you, your life fundamentally does not change, okay? Like, there is nothing here. It's such a sea of nothingness that your terminally online ass had to fucking go and make a compilation of TikTok videos, some of which don't even fit the narrative that you were actually going for. Okay? That's it. This is all it is. It's just people chirping. And that chirping comes from a collective recognition of powerlessness in the face of systemic oppression. Okay? That's it. That's all it is. It's just people being meanie bobinis. Okay? Please stop fucking complaining and crying about this shit. Oh my fucking Lord.
Hold prejudice and hateful view of white people, and our politics is then infused with this energy, and we see active, overt, and on the books racial discrimination of white people that those who are perpetuating this hatred is refusing to see as discrimination. They'll say, no, this is remediation.
Bro, you think that's remediation for chattel slavery? You think that's remediation for colonial oppression? Are you out of your fucking mind? You're Asian, dog. You're speaking English right now. Why are you, an Asian man living in the United States of America, speaking English? Think about that for like 3.5 seconds, and you will probably understand how this isn't fucking remediation. You absolute fucking idiot. What the fuck is he saying? Bro, this blows my mind, dude. It blows my fucking mind, dude. No, seriously. It doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm Turkish. Why am I speaking perfect English, dog? Why do I know what Kim Possible is? Why? Why do I know that? Why did I grow up on the fucking Disney Channel? And it's even funnier because, like, as a Turkish person, it's not like I was victim of, like, a colonial superpower robbing me of my identity and instilling their own fucking mode of existence upon my lifestyle choices, okay? And yet cultural imperialism is still prominent. And I don't even have a problem with that. I'm an Ameribu, whatever. Who gives a fuck? That's so funny, though, that this dude is literally in America speaking the white man's language, talking about remediation. Chirping on TikTok is not remediation, dumbass. It's just chirping on TikTok. This shit blows my mind. It's just a video that you made about people being mean to white people, okay? You can cut a video like this about anything on the internet, especially because, everyone has a camera phone and everyone loves fucking posting videos of themselves being unhinged. That's it. Like, there is no remediation for chattel slavery because, black people say cracker sometimes. Like, if you think that's remediation, that's insane. That's a laughable notion, right? Holy fuck.
These are the same people who are making tenuous arguments that some of
he's simping and white knighting for white people is crazy.
Race-neutral laws discriminate against people of color. And this is certainly evidence that in one side of the political aisle, people of color have more power than white people. Because if we didn't have the power, we wouldn't be able to put into place practices and policies that does this. That's what power is. Things like
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Getting affirmative action as a band-aid for, like, historically redlining black communities and utilizing the police force like an occupying force and making sure that black communities are permanently underserved so they can go directly from school to prison in the school to prison pipeline is actually completely solved by doing affirmative action. That's crazy. Like, that shows real power, dude. Real power is when, like, one black kid gets to get into Harvard. That's how this works. Straight up. No. We live in a fucking country that has whitewashed its genocidal, colonial, exploitative history. And that's what black children learn in their fucking schools too, by the way. So much so that that anti-blackness is internalized even within black people. And this motherfucker's talking about remediation because like some fucking random dumbass Zoomer on TikTok was like, white people eat mayonnaise a certain way. And it's like, what the fuck? This is the worst thing that could have ever happened. Look at the power they have. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Fury as Minneapolis Teachers Union negotiates clause requiring white educators to be laid off first, regardless of seniority, to make up a rule for past discriminations. 0% chance that this is fucking real, okay? 0% chance that this is a genuine a genuine thing. It's probably bastardized, okay?
Yeah, this local government agreeing to a contract with the
And even then, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't fucking mean anything. This is not power, okay? A new Minneapolis teachers contract is a center of debate over diversity. Minneapolis School District, which, by the way, most likely, high percentage of black students, okay? A provision in the new teachers contract in Minneapolis is now at the center of debate over diversity and seniority. The new contract is a clause designed to protect teachers of color from seniority-based layoffs. Teachers overwhelmingly approved the contract last spring, but conservative groups have filed a lawsuit saying the measure discriminates against white teachers. What? Why are we not talking about how Trump went to Ohio and Biden went to Ukraine? What's the motive? I did talk about that already. The new contract says that they may go outside the order to avoid layoffs to a teacher who is a member of a population that is underrepresented. There you go. Yes. The black district, and they want to make sure that like a population of black teachers is still there. So that's it. It's always treated like a zero-sum game. They make it seem like, they always make it seem like trying to ensure that black children, okay, trying to ensure that black children have black teachers, okay, in an effort to foster their educational opportunities, is like anti-white in some way. It's so stupid. The comments on this video are hilarious. All just, as a white man, thank you for saying this because every time I say making fun of my mayo habits is worse than slavery, I get called racist. Yeah. Average.uk article. How the fuck are you defending this, Lamau? A new contract between Minneapolis public school teachers and teachers unions that cause outrage because see senior white teachers intentionally laid off before teachers of color. The contract says instead of teacher layoffs or relocations being decided based on seniority, as is typical, schools can ignore that protocol and dismiss senior staff members. Otherwise, a teacher of color would be laid off. How about no teachers being laid off? Okay? Like, this is literally another instance of utilizing racial segregation specifically as an effort to fucking mediate through an actual contract, an actual collective bargaining agreement. I fucking hate this. And then the right wing take this and go hook, line, and sinker. They just fucking eat the bait. They're like this. Oh, great. It's so stupid. Many have called the deal unconstitutional because accused it of addressing past racism with more racism. First of all, racial wounds that were created on the basis of racial discrimination, of course, are going to have remediation, actual remediation, that will still be racialized as well. Okay? Let's say there are 3 kids in a playground, and the bully in the playground beat the shit out of one kid and didn't beat the shit out of the other 2 kids. When someone steps in and says, hey, what the fuck are you doing? Stop doing that. We're going to heal the one kid that you beat the shit out of. The other 2 kids go, wait a minute. Why not me? I want to get health care too right now, even though I don't need anything. Please give me a Band-Aid too. That's what this sounds like every single fucking time. It's like, bro, that's the kid that got beat the shit out of. What the fuck are you talking about? If you get beat the shit out of, I'll help you. The fuck are you crying about? It sounds like it was a policy to address the already racist policies in place and white people cried about it. Yeah. The prioritizing of teachers of color over senior educators may also apply to rehiring after layoff. The district shall access the next least senior teacher who is not a member of an underrepresented population. Yes. It's because they want to maintain. It's because they want to. Also, the person who did this is white. Like the person who fucking pushed for this is white, which is, you know, another funny part of it. But the stipulation is part of a new agreement starting in spring 2023 between Minneapolis Federation of Teachers and Minneapolis Public Schools, ending a 2-week-long teacher strike. I'm willing to bet that they were making sure that no one got fucking fired. There's probably another reason why this is being pushed, because at least this way they won't fire some of the fucking some of the white teachers anyway. Just a way to it's a way to use a racial passive, a racial shield to make sure that no teacher gets fired. Okay? The worst part about this is that none of these actually solve the genuine issue of racial inequality in this country. These are all Band-Aid solutions. If you want to do genuine racial restitution, you got to start with reparations. But nobody wants to have that fucking conversation. That is unimaginable, because we live in a country where motherfuckers don't even want to act like slavery was that big of a problem. And it can't certainly still have any tangible impacts on contemporary existence. You know what I mean? So how do we do that? How do we have a conversation about reparations in this country? How do we actually solve racial wounds that were opened up in this nation's inception and played a fundamental role in societal development? You can't do that. Yeah. Well, reparations were given. You are correct, Gyro. Reparations were given in this country to people who were slavers. The federal government paid white slave owners money for the slaves that they had freed after, you know, a bit of a heated gaming moment called the Civil War. You know, so there's that. This is not a solution. It's not a good solution to anything. But even this kind of nonsensical bullshit, these marginal fucking solutions get bastardized in the media and turn into a major point of contention to play along with this like narrative that people of color actually have more power than white people in this country. It's so fucking stupid. Anyway, this kind of racial animosity or racial division is at the heart of eviscerating any kind of robust, viable working class movement. Okay?
Teachers union that says white teachers must be fired first. New York City's government enacting a policy of having white seniors go to the back of the line on life-saving COVID treatment. A college professor that says white people should be killed and facing no repercussions. Cornell University banning white people.
Rutgers University failed to condemn tenured professor who said we got to take out these motherfuckers. We got to take these motherfuckers out about white people. What? Rutgers, I'm disgusted. What is this? Brittany Cooper, a professor of women's gender studies and Africana studies. What the fuck is this? What happened here? Cornell's BIPOC only rock climbing course. Bro, American colleges literally do not fire rapist professors, okay? What is the dominant group of tenured professors in this country? You want to take a gander at that? You want to think about that? You want to think about that for a second? It's white men, okay? You know what they routinely sexually assault students, TAs, all the like. They don't get fucking fired. What the fuck are you talking about? This is more so a concept about tenure. I'm not saying what about the white professors. I'm saying tenure in college campuses are not going to be unshakable. Okay. There's literally pro-white supremacist professors in institutions of higher learning right now that are tenured. But you don't hear Daily Mail articles about that, so no one gives a fuck. You know what I mean? I mean, dude. Jordan Peterson literally said, Jordan Peterson, isn't he still a college professor? He straight up fucking said, a consenting adult, trans man, Elliot Page, and a consenting medical professional that gave him top surgery, okay, were actually doing butchery akin to Joseph Mengele. No, he quit. He self-canceled. Never mind. Okay, my bad. I guess he's out now. The fuck are you talking about? Professors say wild shit all the goddamn time. Cornell gets fired from Harvard. No, you know what professors do actually get fucking fired from college campuses that none of these dipshits ever fucking talk about? Professors that advocate for Palestinians. Okay? Professors that advocate for Palestinians literally get blackballed. Okay? You are literally defending Auschwitz? Wait, what? How did you make that assertion? Oh, you're talking about Jordan Peterson. The video is 19 minutes is on. It's almost done. Yeah, Mark Lamont Hill got fired for that. I didn't hear people chirping about that. Shut the fuck up. What is this? America's Not Racist changed my mind. Day 21 of Black History Month at my HBCU. Nice, dude. Love that. Agitators all around. It's great. Yeah, in Texas, you can get fired for being critical of Israel if you're a public servant like a teacher. If you are hired by if you are a teacher at a public institution in Texas, you can get fired for being openly supportive of Palestine, okay? Palestinian people. How fucking insane is that? Yeah. Norm Finkelstein was literally blackballed from teaching in any institute of higher learning. A child of Holocaust victims, okay, was fired and subsequently blackballed from every institute of higher learning for advocating for Palestinians and calling Israel an apartheid state. Mark Lamont Hill still works at Temple University. He was fired from CNN. Oh, I thought they fired him from his school too. We're such a liar about Elliot Page, dude. What? How am I a liar about Elliot Page? I have yet to see surgery that leads to permanent top. Wait, what? Is this a fucking top of the hour ad break debate? Is that what's going on? Or are you trying to make a joke? Like, I don't understand. They're making a blowjob joke? Okay, good one, dude. Let me look up Mark Lamont Hill real quick. CNN fired Mark Lamont Hill. But he's still at Temple University, I think. Because he gave a speech at the UN saying that Israel is an apartheid state. How fucking bananas is that shit, dude? Think about that. I'm not happy. The board is not happy. The administration is not happy. People wanted to fire him right away. We're going to look at what remedies we have. While not as harsh in his remarks as O'Connor, Englert noted that Hill's speech sparked strong response from those who were offended by his language. That's crazy. Oh, this is Amy Wax. This Penn professor has been offending minorities for years. Will tenure save her? The University of Pennsylvania's Amy Wax problem explained. Isn't this person straight up? This is the straight up fucking racist one, right? In 2017, when a column now seemingly mild by the standards she would later set, she and co-author bemoaned the breakdown of bourgeois culture, claimed that all cultures are not equal in reference to inner city blacks and some Hispanic immigrants, along with some working class whites, sparked a flurry of open letters response to condemnation, but the controversy died down fairly quickly. Yeah, there you go. This isn't whataboutism, by the way. This is more so to explain to you that, like, tenured professors are fucking God, okay? You can't fire them. And when you do end up firing tenured professors, it's often not because they said something critical of white people, okay? But it is still offensive to the sensibilities that we have established as acceptable in this country. Fordham University banned the Palestine Solidarity Club, and the club sued the university. Okay. I want to know where the what happened with this other teacher though. Rutgers University fails to condemn. God, it's just like now the Gish galloping part of this is like much. It takes much longer to. Rutgers University fails to condemn tenured professor who said we got to take these motherfuckers out about white people. Brittany Cooper, a tenured professor at New Jersey Rutgers University, is facing backlash. Many have deemed the black educator's comments, which can be traced back nearly a decade, to be racist. Bro, a decade ago. Oh my God. That's so funny. Okay. Well, the Amy Wax person still is like more unhinged now. Okay. And she's fine. So. Ay, ay, ay. Told the Rube Michael Harriet in an online segment of the publication last month that white people are villains, and even celebrated a statistic depicting a decline in white birth rates. What the fuck? That just like automatically get me to fucking send an email? What the fuck was that? That's a thing? Bro, this is just straight up for old people, bro. Like, literally. You can immediately share your selection to Facebook, Twitter, or send an email to a friend. That's so funny. In her most recent tirade, she said, celebrated a statistic depicting a decline in white birth rates. Exactly. Depicting a decline in white birth rates. Hold on. Hold on. A decline in white birth rates. Does that mean white people are being, murdered? Or is that because miscegenation is no longer illegal in this country? Let me think. Oh, it's the second thing. That's right. It's because miscegenation is no longer illegal. So unless you're fucking advocating for miscegenation to be legal again, sorry, that's just kind of how it works. So fucking stupid, dude. What's more, when primed by Harriet as to what her solution for addressing white supremacy would be, the educator vehemently replied that she would take them out. Oh, so it wasn't actually about white people. Oh, it was about white supremacists. Oh, wow. Wait a minute. But I thought it was just like we should take out white motherfuckers or whatever. Is what this black professor was saying. Oh, no. She was talking about white supremacists. That's crazy. Huh. What a misleading headline. Cornell's BIPOC-only rock climbing course open to white students after racism claims.
People from rock climbing lessons.
Banning. No, there is not a... Whenever people do this kind of thing, it triggers me to no fucking end. Okay? When college campuses do stuff like this, that doesn't mean there isn't a normal rock climbing club, okay? There's a BIPOC-only rock climbing club. But because white people love invading every fucking space, you can't even have a safe space. You can't even have a fucking safe space for people to have their own fucking club. It's like literally, there's an engineering club, okay? And a motherfucker who's like a liberal arts student is like, no, dog, I want to be in the engineering club. I'm not an engineer. Fuck you. This is discriminatory. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. He knows white people can still join the BIPOC club. They allow everyone to join all clubs. Yeah. It's so fucking annoying.
Many instances of
housing bans white people from common areas. Yeah, bullshit. Tufts University Event Series separates white faculty from BIPOC colleagues. Tired of white cis men. Campaign and write about it. University of Chicago Students Organization hosts BIPOC-only discussions about race on campus. Oh, my Lord.
Liberal colleges doing the utmost to exclude and ostracize white students. BIPOC-only events equal no whites, but they don't have the guts to say that, even though that is what that is. That's what makes us different than the mere grumblings of the common villager. The villagers have surrounded the palace, demanding Marie Antoinette's head. The power dynamics have shifted. That is a fact. Progressive media outlets do not cover these stories. Some people out there have no idea.
Wait. Is he trying to say that, like, wait, hold up. Wait. Are you saying that white people are Marie Antoinette and that, like, Marie Antoinette should be saved in this story? Did you just... This motherfucker said, I'm old school monarchist. You know what I mean? I think, like, that's a cool take. That's okay. That's a what? Like, he thought he was spitting there. That's an interesting thing. In the same way that social justice warriorism is just people trying to smuggle socialism through a capitalist framework, this is just squeezing white grievance through liberal capitalism with the same SJW optics. Like, for real, what is this kind of zesty Asian man trying so hard to advocate for? The status quo, more white privilege? Yes. Well, what he's advocating for is, like, please, white people, come watch my videos. I made a bunch of them that you will like. You know, if you're conservative especially, you will love that. And this is a demonstrably successful entryway because there are a lot of people who have a fuckload of white fragility who are like, oh my God, I really want a person of color to fucking say that, like, you know, it's really mean. And like, and you know, black women being mean to me on TikTok is the worst thing that could ever happen. Like, probably worse than the top of the hour ad break, which comes at the top of the hour. And, you know, if you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe, which you can do for $5 or for free with the Twitch Prime. But it's not. It's not worse than that because you can't avoid anti-white racism. It's everywhere. But you can avoid the top of the hour ad break by subscribing for $5 or for free or by getting gifted a sub. Here's the 3-minute ad break now. He's probably aligning himself and his political beliefs with the side he thinks will offer him more backup/influence. Yes.
Idea that this is going on. But worse, some others out there know but agree with what's going on. And for those people to convince themselves
racists, that's who.
that this is not racial discrimination, they play mind tricks and word games.
Like, half the people that are like, yeah, brother, he's one of the good ones, is like literally like, aren't you Chinese? Get the fuck out of my country. Take your balloon with you. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, dude, what kind of allegiance did you create with the white people that, like, love this kind of grievance metric, this grievance politics, white identitarian politics, as Richard Spencer, who is a Nazi, by the way, calls it. You know, you think those guys want you in the country? I don't think so. You know, because when those people talk about white replacement and white genocide, like, motherfucker, you ain't white. You can literally tap dance all day, every day, okay? You are doing white replacement. Like, your existence in this country, for the people who are saying white replacement is real, white genocide is real, your existence in this country is literally white replacement, you fucking idiot. This dude retweeted Bernie and Ilhan in 2021 and retweeted Elon and Barry Weiss in 2022. Yeah, something happened to him where his brain broke.
These phrases and talking points like punching up, you can't be racist to white people, you can't oppress the oppressor, meaning I'm acting.
Wait, first of all, those are literally like, that's true though. Like, why is he throwing the fucking air quotes like that? I mean, that's true. Can you oppress the oppressor?
Oppressively, but I've designated you as the oppressor, so everything goes. Or Ibram X. Kendi's infamous words, the only way to remedy past discrimination is current discrimination. Or when people say things like,
yes, that's literally, but that's true. You're bastardizing the quote, but that is still true, okay? That's literally true. You can't, here, I use that, I don't use those terms because I don't think that that's the best way to go about it because a lot of people are very fucking fragile, but that literally means you cannot heal wounds that were opened on racial grounds with a non-racial attitude. It just doesn't work that way. That's why I gave you the playground bully argument. You can't fix inequality that was caused specifically on racial grounds by being like, okay, we're going to give everybody some money now, okay? So everyone will shut the fuck up. Like, that's not how this works.
What we're doing to white people is not racism, because racism is prejudice plus power, and we don't have the power.
Okay, now he's just doing funny faces and voices in an effort to, like, undermine the argument, but, like, that is true.
They use all this mind...
he did a fart noise. Okay, I love that. MLK said the same. Come on, man. Come on. I can't even fucking get to an MLK quote without... He said a society that has done something special against the Negro for hundreds of years must now do something special for the Negro. Okay, that's it. Of course, you'll never hear that MLK quote because, you know, obviously that doesn't fit the fucking narrative that people love to whitewash. You know, just remember that. A section of the white population perceiving Negro pressure for change misconstrues it as a demand for privileges rather than as a desperate quest for existence. The ensuing white backlash intimidates government officials who are already too timorous. Despite new laws, little has changed in the ghettos. The Negro is still the poorest American, walled in by color and poverty. The law pronounces him equal, abstractly, but his conditions of life are still far from equal to those of other Americans. That's interesting. That's weird that, like, that never gets play. It's always, I had a dream that, you know, white children will never be called cracker. That's because that's the real racism. That's what I thought. That was the MLK quote. That guy seems based. I wonder what he believed. Yeah. I wonder what his opinions were about Ho Chi Minh, specifically during the Vietnam War. I would love to find out. Oh, well. Malcolm X had a great quote as well. Yes, one that I use regularly about how you can't heal a wound from a knife that's still there by pulling it a little bit out of the way, especially when most people won't even acknowledge the knife is there to begin with. Okay? You haven't pulled out the knife. Healing begins when you pull out the knife and you mend the wound, not when you pull it out a little bit. You don't stick a knife in a man's back 9 inches and pull it out 6 inches and say you're making progress. No matter how much respect, no matter how much recognition whites show towards me, as far as I'm concerned, as long as it is not shown to every one of our people in this country, it doesn't exist for me. Okay.
Apparatus to delude themselves into believing.
Yeah, that was Malcolm X who said that, not MLK.
And what they're doing faces no moral quandary. But in the back of their minds, perhaps in their subconscious minds, is racial revenge. We experienced
racial revenge. Well, for the record, racial revenge is, I will admit, there is an element of that, for sure. Okay? There is an element of that. Except because there is no fucking power there, it doesn't mean anything. It is ultimately meaningless. Okay? Some people do have that. Some people, understandably, being born into a white supremacist country that refuses to recognize the racial wrongs that have been committed towards them, will often feel anger, okay, resentment. It's understandable. I'll even say justifiable, okay? It's understandable and justifiable, except it's also meaningless. It just ends up in, I guess, unproductive conversations, but albeit they're not trying to be productive in that moment. They're just angry. Okay, finally admits it. Bitch, shut the fuck up. I've been called a white supremacist racist by the same fucking cringe TikTok Zoomers that this dude is making compilations of more time than you can imagine, okay? That doesn't change my attitude, and it doesn't make me a racist person. It's just they're cringe. What are you going to do? The reason why I don't even cover it anymore is because the moment that I fucking say, you're ridiculous for saying this, they turn around and say, why are you bullying me? Because their goal is not actually like any sort of fucking real emancipation. Their goal is to just improve their fucking social standing, to get a little bit of clout. That's it. They're just cringe. You don't cut policy off of cringe-ass Zoomers, especially not ones that are TikTok clout obsessed. Shut the fuck up. But what you fail to recognize as someone who has been a champion of progressive causes, okay, for a very long fucking time and very publicly so, someone who's been the recipient of hundreds of thousands of death threats over the past decade, someone who's been doxxed many times, someone whose fucking family has been pursued, someone who has experienced every single thing that these fucking right-wing dickheads claim is happening to them on a daily fucking basis, okay? I also get yelled at a lot by the groups of marginalized groups of communities on the internet all the fucking time when they see something out of context, okay? It happens. Who cares? Ultimately, it's just chirping, okay? It's just powerless people that have nothing. They have nothing, so they're just yelling. They're yelling into the fucking void to get a sense of solidarity from that kind of thing.
Experience it too. See how you like it. That people of color are using our newfound power to act this way and then pretend like none of this is going on leads me to believe that we would have done the same thing that white people did were we to be in their historical position. Because such acts have its roots in human nature, not white people nature. And one can only imagine what might happen in the coming decades when the demographics of the US will have shifted such that white people will no longer constitute the majority.
Yeah, exactly. I love that he at least honestly and earnestly ties it to the white people are no longer the majority. Bro, what's it to you, dog? You participated in it. You literally are participating in it. Your existence is white genocide, you fucking idiot. The fuck are you talking about? The people that say white genocide think that you being in this country is white genocide. How are you going to be a fucking Nazi as an Asian dude, bro? You're not part of the fucking team, dog. Okay? This isn't World War II. You're not in Japan. What the fuck are you doing? You're literally at Los Angeles, California. Motherfucker's a UCLA graduate talking about fucking white genocide happening. You know what I mean? The fuck do you think? Then, okay, if you want to do your part, do your part. If you want to stop white genocide, do your part. Leave the country, I guess. Help the racist white people. Like, what the fuck kind of take is this? That's an insane concept. That's an insane thing to advocate for, because even most white people, when you explain the concept of white genocide to them, understand that it's like Nazi shit. My main gripe is always the we with this video, but the examples are always anti-black. He says POC to shield himself from criticism from the people he's actually demonizing. Yeah, that too. But I'm sure he probably, people were saying he made another video about like how black people are anti-Asian. I'm sure there he just singles out the black community pretty aggressively. Yeah.
The younger generation you've just seen have graduated from elite schools and hold positions of power in our institutions, our government, corporations, entertainment, news media, and so forth. How they might, in wielding the levers of society, be able to rationalize using their adult brain.
I can't wait for this dude to be like, yo, Hassan Piker made a racist ass video about me telling me to go back to my country, by the way, which is going to be it's going to be another funny fucking take. That'll get that'll probably get you another 500K views. Don't worry. Okay. Oh, I can't wait for that shit. Cause you know these clout driven ass donkeys fucking love doing that shit where they go, oh my God, I was attacked. I was a victim of a vicious hate crime. I'm not saying, for the record, just in the interest of clarity, I want to make sure everybody understands. Obviously, I'm not an advocate for fucking white genocide happening, okay? Because I'm not a fucking Nazi, okay? But the people that he's defending are. And white genocide, when you talk about white genocide or white replacement, as an Asian person, you are literally, personally doing white replacement. That's what they're talking about. That's what Nazis talk about when they say white genocide and great replacement. They're talking about consensual adults having sex with one another outside of their own fucking races, okay? They're talking about white people fucking non-white people. Miscegenation. So unless you have it in your heart to say with your entire fucking chest that miscegenation should no longer be allowed, shut the fuck up about white replacement and great replacement bullshit. Because that's the truth. That is what it is.
Hatred that was embedded in their minds during their adolescence. What we're seeing is just the beginning. To the white people who are watching, I just want to say, you are not an oppressor for refusing to accept an ideology that teaches people to hate you, that teaches you that you are inherently bad, that your children are inherently bad, that you are inherently racist no matter what you do or how you think, that you need to repent by taking affirmative steps in your life to redress harms that your ancestors may have done, or the racist actions.
Bro, this is so fucking stupid. Oh my God. I hate this. I hate this so much. Dude, look, I despise this kind of rhetoric. And I also despise the over-performative, selfish, liberal white people who are like, oh my God, I'm so sorry for the racism, okay? My point is, team normal, okay? Be fucking normal. And this is my message to the white people as well. Be fucking normal. It's the classic Michael Che bit. It's like, you don't have to always, like the moment that you see a black person for the first time, you don't have to be like, I'm so sorry about police brutality, okay? Because that's not normal. You're still otherizing black people in that regard. It's so stupid. If you think that you as a white person need to like constantly apologize for racism in slavery, you're fucking ridiculous, okay? Just be normal. Don't be racist, be anti-racist, and move on, okay? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. How lucky that the white people have this one guy to absolve them of their guilt. No, that shit pisses me off too. 39 Daff shouldn't have apologized. Oh, 100%. I don't agree that she should have, especially because after she apologized, the very same people that she was like apologizing for kept bullying her. It only brought it back to surface. They're never going to stop because they're fucking freaks. She's still getting backlash. You know who's not getting backlash? Me. Why? Well, one, because I'm a white guy, so there is that. It is additionally laughable when people are like, dude, a white guy said cracker, we should bully him nonstop. And two, because I have this. This could have prevented Doodoo Daff from getting clapped, okay? This could have prevented her. I said, I'll give you the pass, and she never responded to me. And that's, you know, I want to give this pass to her, but I do have the cracker pass. Why do you show that off so much? Because it's funny. I don't know. That Asian man said, I'll have the pass now, too. I was at the beach one time, and this white chick apologized to a black family about racism. They were so confused about, I felt bad for the family, but the white lady's cringe made me leave the beach. Yeah. Anyway, normies are super racist, lol. I'm sure normality is what we should aspire to. You know what I mean. When I say be normal, be like polite. Anyway, what Michael Che bit were you talking about? He did a fucking, I think he did a brief stint, like a short-lived HBO show. And on that, he gets into an elevator. The elevator is stuck with a white female neighbor. And this had more than 1K votes. And she immediately starts talking about police brutality. She's like, I'm so sorry about everything that's going on. And he's like, what? It's like, you know, I'm so sorry about everything that's going on about like the whole, you know, police brutality thing and systemic racism. And it's just like, not you using female, a white woman. Sorry. I watched too much incel shit. Now I'm saying female myself. My ex-girlfriend cried after watching 12 Years a Slave with me because my family is black and hers is white. Bro, why did you let us know about that, dude? Come on. You don't. You shouldn't have just outed your girlfriend like that. Oh, okay. Oh, he said, what's funny? Okay. Oh, X. Okay. Bet money she took BLM out of the bio after she broke up with that chatter? Maybe. My ex-girlfriend used to get upset when I wouldn't let her say the N-word because my family is white and hers is Italian. I thought you were going to say you're black. What? Wait, what? That just gave me whiplash. What the fuck? Okay. All right. Anyway, that's crazy. All right. Can't take a joke? Okay, chill. She's a person of color. Okay, let's get back to this story. Let's finish this up. It's almost done.
Actions of other white people. In fact, you are not an oppressor, period. You did not choose to be born white, just like any of us did not choose to be born any other.
Bro. This like white people are the oppressor nonstop. This argument is so fucking stupid, okay? It's dumb. It's like, I hope people aren't fucking living their everyday existence by being like, every white person is an oppressor. They're oppressing me currently by being in my space. Maybe some people are, but those people are fucking silly, okay? They're silly. They're silly billies. Jesus fucking Christ. You're just straight up. You literally are just straight up fucking creating a universe that by looking at too many fucking psychos on TikTok and assuming that is the norm, okay? Jesus fuck.
Our race. And to ask of you, at the individual level, for example, to give your life in service of people of color, to be used as physical barriers at protests, to give away your house to black people instead of your children, all actual things that have been publicly demanded of white people. What? To ask this of you is morally reprehensible collective punishment. You're...
Bro, that's so funny. Yeah, dude, people are always going up. Normal fucking people are always going up. No, man. This guy's taking it all a bit far. You think so? Source, trust me, bro. I wonder why he didn't put See, he already put a bunch of fake articles that he like absolutely robbed of the context in here. Why isn't he putting fake articles on this shit? The housing is so stupid. What the fuck does that even mean? What is this? People in the comments literally say this made them cry tears of relief and happiness.
Not under any obligation.
Yeah, I hate it when people tell me to give my house to black people. Yeah, dude. Wait, maybe he's talking about me. Yo! Is he talking about me? Is he defending me? I take it back. You know, I bought a house, and people tell me to give it away all the time. Not specifically to black people, but I'm sure there was one unhinged comment like that. You know what I mean? Oh, actually... I'm willing. Where's Nice Bathroom? I'm sure he said that. He came to the chat one time and Nice Bathroom was like, you need to give me your house right now. And he was like, wow, I can't believe the things black people are saying in this community. And because Hassan is so woke, he basically agreed with it. I feel bad for Nice Bathroom catching strays. He's not even in here right now.
To carry yourself in any sort of way that others demand of you just because of the color of your skin. This, you need to do this and you need to do that because you benefit from privilege thing is bogus. It is just a way for people harboring racial animus to attack you. To say that the accomplishments you've achieved in your life isn't yours. And to silence you. It is not you. It is this ideology that is wrong and perverse. It is one cloaked in a shroud of pseudo-justice and self-righteousness, all the while excreting toxic fumes of racial hatred. It blames all white people for the actions of their ancestors, something you have no control over, while absolving black people of personal responsibility.
Ooh, this is the best part. Ooh, he's saying, we're absolving black people. Wait, what happened? I thought it was about POC. Why did he say black like that? Wait, hold up. I thought this was a story about POC being meanie bobinis, the white people. He just hit that black line so hard. He just, what? Huh. Why are we? Who's absolving black people of personal responsibility for their own individual actions? What kind of individual actions is he talking about?
Toxic fumes of racial hatred. It blames all white people for the actions of their ancestors, something you have no control over, while absolving black people.
This is, okay, here, I gotta say something here, okay? This kind of shit is so stupid because it's like, I've never seen this happen in the real world. Okay, I've been around for 31 years, about to be 32 this year, okay? I've never once in my life ever met the people that behave like this on TikTok and on Twitter in the real world, where they're just like, go up to a white person or you're like, you're the fucking oppressor. It's only on TikTok. It's only on TikTok, dude. It's only on TikTok and Twitter. Where it's like, that is not a real thing. These are not real humans, okay? That do this thing. It's not a real shit that happens in the real world, okay? Oh my God. This guy literally talked about white genocide and he sucked more white dick than I've ever seen. Like, you literally are doing miscegenation with this video while simultaneously speaking out against miscegenation. It blows my fucking mind. I've never seen this. I've never seen something like this. It's crazy. It's madness. Okay? Homie said, we got to stop miscegenation except for me. I'm sucking all the white cocks. Okay? All of them. Please, white people. Please. I will ride the whitest, the most Nazi dicks on the planet to oblivion.
People of personal responsibility for their own individual actions by holding that black people commit acts of harm, for example, towards another community. That's the fault of white supremacy. White people are controlling them like puppets on a string.
No. Okay, I've been white for 25 years, bro. He's doing all this just because the one white girl turned him down in undergrad. Yeah, he thinks maybe this is a good tactic. I don't know. First of all, no one has ever said that. Okay? As far as like black people robbing them of their own personal individual responsibilities is such a fucking silly notion. Okay? Black existence in contemporary American society cannot be talked about without talking about the systemic consequences of both segregation and chattel slavery and ongoing discrimination, okay? Ongoing systemic forms of oppression that is inherently anti-black, okay? That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. It is so incredibly stupid. That does not mean that, like, we're not holding black people individually accountable. As a matter of fact, when you talk about the criminal justice system, a big part of the problem is that, like, the criminal justice system straight up occupies black neighborhoods and over-polices them, and the criminal justice system gives black people longer sentences for the same kinds of crimes that are committed at the same kinds of rates as white people. Okay? It's crazy.
If you don't harbor any hate in your heart but want to fight it as a matter of principle, this does not make you racist or bigoted. If you refuse...
Wait, you're just proving his point right now? No? Do you not understand what I'm saying here? Like, what point am I proving? If we're talking about like individual actions of black people or whatever, you can't just drop it like that in a very vague fashion. Okay? He didn't make a point. He said something vague that is actually done in a very deliberate manner so that people like you that already have the implicit bias baked into their fucking brains immediately think of the worst possible thing that a black person in your mind did and go, wow, Hassan just justified that by talking about systemic discrimination. You fucking idiot. Did he give an example? No. Why did you do that? Why'd you immediately rush to do that? He didn't give an example. So I tried to parse through the vague generalization that he dropped in there with the hopes that, I probably didn't even feel the need to address that, okay? The overwhelming majority of crimes, regardless of what your skin color is caused as a consequence of your material conditions, okay? That's why, poor white people are more likely to do crimes than rich white people, okay? Just like poor black people are more likely to do crimes than rich black people. That's how it works. It's the same for everybody. And this isn't like a new idea. Crime manifesting as a consequence of your socioeconomic conditions, of your material conditions, is such an old concept that this shit's been around since ancient Greece, okay? Motherfuckers were literally doing pedophilia and pondering, okay? And they still were thinking about this shit, okay? Even back then. You've preached this forever. Don't you get tired of saying the exact same take? I will forever say it as an Asian living in the projects. Okay, I don't give a fuck what your background is, dummy. What do you mean? What? Why does that mean anything here? What? So? The fuck are you talking about? Okay, as poor Asian people are more likely to do crimes than rich Asian people. Does that make sense? Do I have to go every fucking racial subgroup for you to understand that crime and the likelihood that someone is going to do a crime is directly related to their socioeconomic status? You know, opportunity, educational outcomes, you know, material conditions. What do you mean? What does this mean? What are you trying to say here? As an Asian living in the projects, you didn't even give me any clarity to what you thought I was saying.
Used to accept their premise in your head, but are too afraid to voice your opinion.
Don Jenny, thank you for the 20 gifted, by the way.
Neither a coward nor a bad person. If you're of a liberal bent, but there's a small corner in your brain telling you as you're watching this video that perhaps some of this is wrong, listen to your intuition.
He's like, listen. Don't look at any studies, okay? Listen to your heart. Don't look at any studies. Don't look at anything that says like systemic racism is real. Look to your heart. Maybe watch some television. Watch the same TikToks I just watched and make up your mind off of that. Vibes.
You think, oh, I agree with most of what the progressive left teaches about racial justice, but just not with some of this disagreeable stuff, only at the extremes. I'm here to tell you that the rot starts at the core.
What?
This racial hatred of white people is a natural outgrowth, part and parcel of an ideology that attempts to indoctrinate us into believing that there is current systemic oppression going on, that all racial disparity...
Ooh, bro, the actual, like, addressable points that he's making, he just, like, slammed to the fucking ass end of this argument. He just straight up said, black people are never held responsible for their individual actions, okay? That was ridiculous. Then he fucking turned around and said... that, like, there's this indoctrination that's happening, that's widespread in society, that's trying to dupe us into believing that systemic racism and systemic discrimination exists, which ridiculous. That's wild.
Attempts to indoctrinate us into believing that there is current systemic oppression going on. That all
is it current, like as in, you know, it happened in the past, but like definitely not right now. Got it.
All racial disparities we see today is the sole result of oppression by white people, when there are other more plausible explanations to be had that these same people are silencing as impermissible hate speech. They're telling you, shut up.
Wait, what are the other... Wait, I want to know. I want to know what he's talking about. What are the other fucking actual... What are the actual things? What's the real reasons? Aw.
Shut up. You'll take it. And you'll like it. But contrary to what they're saying, you don't have to take that.
Yeah, fight back. You can fight back, dude. Yeah, white power. Yeah, he's right. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, that's right, dude. Fight back. Fight back against what? Like fucking cringe Zoomers on TikTok being like, white people eat mayo like this. Like that's what you're fighting back against? Man, we're really... That's it. That's it, boys. We won. White people are back on top now. You know what I'm saying? That's right.
You can believe that the things that have been done in the past were morally wrong, as well you should. all the while believing that what is currently going on is also wrong.
I love the conflation of, again, like random compilation of TikTok Zoomers making white people jokes is the same as systemic racism that's ongoing, which probably in his mind doesn't exist, but also on top of that, slavery, dog. He said 2 wrong things can exist at the same time, you know, like slavery and also hurting white people's feelings. This video has given me permanent brain damage. It's given me emotional damage. It's given me psychic damage. I will forever be a new man after watching this video. There's a reason why I watched it for an hour. This got fucking 3.4 million views in 1 month. Do you understand? 3.4 million views, dude. That's how fucking insane this shit is.
That we're going backwards. That this is history rhyming with itself.
Yeah. You know, it's funny, like the history of chattel slavery, people never really talk about this part, but like it actually didn't start with the Maxim gun, okay? It didn't start by like eviscerating indigenous populations in Africa. It actually started when, white people were saying, black people dress like this. And that's how the chattel slavery really started. So who's the real villain now? Actually, it ended there too. That was it. That was the worst part about slavery. Yeah. Yeah, all the fucking colonial exploitation, you know, just theft of natural resources, debt trapping African nations and maintaining their currency still to this day. All of that is still ongoing. That's actually just the same as making like a white people can't dance joke. That's how that works, man. Holy fuck, dude. That's crazy. That is crazy. White people made fun of black people so hard they had to do slavery. These are all the same. Yeah. Yeah. Like, what is the logical conclusion that he's trying to go to? Like, what is he trying to say? That, like, it starts, white people, it starts by black people saying things on TikTok, and then it ends with chattel slavery. They will enslave your 7 generations. They will rob you. They will tell you that you can't name your children Kyle or Brian. Okay? They're going to give your children African names. That's right. That's what's going to happen. You can't, nope, no more Kyle. Nope. None of that. You're fucked. No Tylers. They're going to eradicate Tylers from existence. Do you understand? Every white child is going to be sold into slavery, and they're going to name all of them Obama. That's right. Hussein Obama. No more Skylers, no more Kayleys, no more Karens. Michelle Obama. I rest my case. Bro, I don't even have an African name. My name is Sean. I mean, that's the joke. Well, Sean, Michelle is also not a... Oh, my God.
Almost turning in an eye for an eye manner. As the great Mahatma Gandhi once said, an eye for an eye will leave the whole world blind. But those driven by hatred would sooner gouge everyone's eyes out than realize that true victory for people of color would have been having history record that when the power dynamics shifted, we treated white people with a kind...
Bro, this is so laughable. Like, it is just so devoid. It is so devoid of any sort of, like, materialistic analysis. It's so, like, laughably silly. Like, this motherfucker literally is, at the end of it all, unironically equating chattel slavery to, like, black people saying cracker. Like, that's insane. Don't you say that too? Yes, I do say an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. The problem is these 2 eyes that he's presenting are not equal, okay? That's wild. I mean, it's literally equating mass enslavement, genocide, rape, murder, theft of people, robbing them of their culture, of their natural resources is the same as people making jokes about white people, dog. That's like, that is such a false equivalency. I wanted to make an analogy to it, but there's nothing analogous because I can't I can't make another analogy because that is the most out of pocket shit you could say. And the worst part about it is that so many people kind of agree with it because they're conditioned into believing that this is what's happening. Yeah, he's comparing plucking an eye out to making a joke about pumpkin lattes or avocado toast. But again, even that does not show the disparity between the two things that he considers equal.
Kindness that their forefathers may not have shown our forefathers. But now, it will say when we gained the power, we turned around and started doing some of the same stuff to white people.
Oh my God, bro. Did you not get fucking educated? Did you, like, I can't believe this dude went to UCLA, dog. There's no fucking shot. There had to have been a course on anything. Also, our forefathers? Fuck you mean our forefathers, bro? You are not white, dog. What the fuck? What is he saying? What? Bro, how does this happen? I mean, god damn, dude. I mean, he is literally a walking, talking example of the thing that I say all the time. But the third generation, it's over. Cultural assimilation is complete. There are no differences between anyone. You're an American. By the third generation, no matter where you immigrate from, you are just an American. You're an American dumbass, okay? And there it is.
When we gained the power, we turned around and started doing some of the same stuff to white people. Segregation, social ostracization, hatred.
Segregation, social ostracization, hatred sanctioned by government and law. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, dude. The worst part about lynching, the worst part about the Tulsa massacre wasn't actually like that it was, I believe, the second time that, they used an aerial assault on an entire community in the country, bombing it to the fucking ground, a black community that was actually doing fairly well economically. It was the mean words that white people were saying. Yeah. The bombing of Black Wall Street was bad because mean words were said. Yeah. When they dropped C4 out of a helicopter on the Africa family in Philadelphia, state-sanctioned violence, and burned literal fucking children into the ground, an entire city block in the MOVE bombing in 1985. The worst part about that was that they were also saying like really mean stuff about black people. That was the real issue there. Yeah. Never forget, that's how racism starts. And that's how, white supremacist colonial expansion started with mean words. You want to be so bad, you want to be white so bad, he's doing white supremacy.
Sanctioned by government and law. And we're doing all of this while pretending like we're doing something valiant. We've missed our bus.
The Tuskegee experiments and TikTok are the same thing? Yeah. Yeah, remember when that happened? The Tuskegee syphilis experiments? That was actually the same as, just doing TikToks.
But that doesn't mean that there can't be a course correction. So, to some people of color watching who are engaging in this sort of hatred, whether or not you're acutely aware, the same people that act like white people as a collective are not people, but rather some pernicious alien force that has come to invade the earth. With this video, I implore you to ask yourself, what are we doing to white people? As some people love to say, do better. Happy New Year, everyone. I hope
the fact that as a white person I clicked on this video fully expecting it to be a joke says a lot. Oh, it does say a lot, yeah. As a biracial person, half black, half white, this video means so much to me as I've been passive-aggressively been shamed for my Caucasian roots. Bro, logic stands need to stop, okay? Somebody needs to tell logic stands to stop saying this stuff, okay? Thank you. I wish more. Who can relate? Dude, stop. What was the line where he's like, I got the blood of the slave and the master. Okay, I'm going to stop. I can't. Okay. Thank you. I wish more people would speak up about this. Hatred only causes division. I experience racial hatred. Bro, dude, I'm sorry, but like I can't let that go. You're biracial, okay? You're half black, half white, and you're saying you're getting discriminated more because you're white? What the fuck? What is that, dude? That's it. Then you're white then. Like there's no that's it. Biracial, half white, half Italian. You know what's funny that you said that? Because like that's another peep the comments. E-Rob is in there. Wait, what? No, he's not. Thank you. My ancestors fought to end slavery and fought for religious freedom. More recently, my ancestors, all from Europe and Asia, immigrated to the U.S. and were met with oppression and racism. They suffered and struggled. She's Polish, 100%. She has to be, right? She gotta be. She talking about that? I don't know. They suffered and struggled and did not have an ounce of privilege. Even my father fought through poverty and sacrificed his youth to raise his children higher and give us a better chance than he had. I will forever be grateful for the dedication and love of my ancestors, and I will do my best to continue to lift my family up and do the same for my children. What? This is what civilization looks like. Only a non-white person can make a video like this and not be labeled white extremist. Yeah. I mean, he is, though. But you're an idiot for not recognizing that he is just the same as a white extremist as anyone else. No, he is. He is doing that. E-Rob is in there higher up. No, he's not. Oh, my God. E-Rob. This is amazing. White person here, and I had a conversation with my family about this very issue. I am gobsmacked at your vision and communicating the silent violence. Bro. Yo, white people used to do shit, dude. They used to fight wars. They like literally fucking liberated people from concentration camps, and now they're in the fucking comments of a YouTube video going, this is silent violence. Yo, white people are so down, dude. Holy fuck. That is crazy, dog. That's crazy. White people used to build stuff sometimes. You know what I mean? Why don't you get back to that? What is this? What the fuck is this? White people be like, I'm gobsmacked. Guys, that's violence. Stop saying white people be like, I'm gobsmacked. That is literally violent behavior. Yeah, what this shows that white people are always looking for a place to be coddled, almost like this is a safe space. I mean, honestly, even then it's like fine. The problem is that like when white people want a safe space, they tend to make every space a safe space for white people, which it currently is. And that safe space, oftentimes when you control everything, turns into a non-safe space for non-white people. So that's the problem.